Hello, this is Mr. Evilcheese. This is my review of the NECA Toony Terrifier Art the Clown figure. And I bought this figure at Time Bomb Toys. This is the first NECA Terrifier figure that I've gotten. They're coming out with Ultimates and probably the bobbleheads, the probably 8-inch Retro Colossus, I assume, are coming. But yeah, this is the first one from NECA. Took them a long time to get the license finally. I can see the back, like the backgrounds you can cut out of there. But yeah, it's really cool to finally get one official NECA Art the Clown figure. Can't wait for the Ultimates. That's what I really want. But I still do like getting some of the Toony Terror figures, and I definitely wanted an art. But there you can see the package. This is Damien Leone's Terrifier. So I guess it's based on the first movie. Comes with this little horn. And there's the back. Well, let's open him up. So there he is, opened up. And I really do like the style of this cartoony version of art. And really, in Terrifier 2, there is a cartoony art. Like with the cereal box and all that. Art Krispies, I think is what it was. Yeah, this looks like it could be on Scooby-Doo or something like that. If they had a more violent version of Scooby-Doo. Kind of wish they would. That would be awesome. Like how Scooby-Doo used to have the guest stars a long time ago. They could have guest stars of horror characters and make it a bloody R-rated horror cartoon. That'd be awesome. But yeah, he only comes with two things. He comes with his little horn, which is removable, and he comes with a base that is removable. So that's cool. There's one peg. I got that foot in it. But the peg can go into either foot. There's a hole in both of them. But yeah, he looks really good. He's got a nice Toony face sculpt. Real creepy look. He's looking off to the side. Got his nasty teeth in there. His little hat. Yeah, they did a nice job on his suit. Made him real nice and skinny looking. How a cartoony version of him would be. And he almost is cartoony in live action. It's just the way he is. And even David Howard Thornton, who plays Art the Clown, he's kind of cartoony in real life, it seems. Just works really well as a cartoony figure. And like his little, looks like he's sneaking along like how they do in cartoons. Does seem like something Art might do. I think he actually did do that. But got a big wide open hand there. Like I said, you can take the horn out. I think his horn is silver in the movie, and it also has that sort of like loop in the metal. But this Toony version, I don't think it matters. And yeah, he's got some articulation. Arm can spin around like that. Hand can spin there. The head could turn, look up and down. Pretty good there. This arm could spin. There's a hinge there. Mine's kind of stuck. There we go. And then the legs don't move, but the feet do. On a ball joint. And there you can see there's a hole in both feet. So, yeah, for a Toony Terror, that's about how the articulation usually is. And that's very cool. And I think there is also supposed to be a bloody version of this coming out. And there's other versions of Art too. I think there's another version of regular Art. There may be a bloody and non-bloody version of that. And there's also going to be Santa Art. Probably a bloody and non-bloody of that. And there's also going to be the Pale Girl in Toony form. So I'll probably get all of them. I imagine I might get the bloody and non-bloody versions of all of them because I just really love Art. I like the clean versions and the bloodies. So we'll see. And there he is in front of the backdrop. Now that it's cut out. And that's pretty cool. I think that's from the first movie, that warehouse or whatever he's killing people in. And here's NECA's Toony art next to Trick or Treat Studios 5-inch scale Art the Clown. This is a cool figure. I really like the packaging it comes in. And it comes with some good accessories. And the second series of these is coming out soon. You can see the Toony one's a little bit bigger. Not by much, but still bigger. Much bigger head, but that's the Toony thing. There's art next to a bunch of the other NECA Toony Terrors. horror figures, a bunch of the iconic slashers, some of the other popular horror characters from the 80s and 90s, and even more horror characters. Several of these I'd like to see art meet, but I don't think it's ever going to happen. There's art next to a bunch of NECA's Toony horror clown figures, and also NECA's Toony Joker. I mean, you could kind of consider him horror too in a way. He sometimes is very brutal and gory with his murders. Another reason it makes sense to show Art the Clown and Joker next to each other is David Howard Thornton, who plays Art, also played Joker in a short film. You can find that on YouTube. And as always, I gotta show him next to the Scooby-Doo gang, because I think this is how this all started, with that artwork a long time ago of various horror villains attacking the Scooby-Doo characters. But that's awesome. The artwork that I'm thinking of has Daphne turned upside down to recreate the hacksaw scene. Well, I'm really happy this. It's one of my favorite Toony Terrors figures that they have made. It just captures Art very well as a cartoon. It's got his body shape down how I would imagine it would be in a cartoon. I love the sculpt of his head and face. I like his little tiptoeing pose they gave him. And with the horn bits in his hand is real nice. But yeah, I'm really happy with this. I'll get the other Toony Terrifier figures, other versions of Art, the Pale Girl, even if they make any of the other Terrifier characters, Vicky and any of the final girls, I'd probably get them. But yeah, the Ultimates, I just can't wait to get them. They're looking so good. The regular Art already went up for pre-order a while back. Yeah, I can't wait for them. But for now, we got Toony Art, and he's awesome. Well, this is Mr. Evilcheese. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.